behind as consumers of these technologies. Fortunately, startups like Codetrain have been grooming the next generation of software developers to take full advantage of the global demand. Tifa Ametan tells us about them in this report.
The global technology industry is projected to reach $5 trillion by the end of 2021. The growth of this industry has brought with it a global demand for software developers. In 2019, Nigerian-based Andela raised $100 million to continue recruiting African-based software developers for companies across the globe. After working in countries like the United States and Chile as a software developer, Richard Bryant noticed a trend, a high demand for software developers. He founded a technology company, Codetrain, to help young Ghanaians acquire software development skills to take full advantage of this demand.
One thing that I realized was there was always the demand for a software developer. Anybody that had an idea or had a project wanted to employ a software developer. And they kept asking me, because I developed software, they kept asking me, Richard, I need developers. But when I returned to Ghana, I realized that there are thousands, hundreds of thousands of young, smart people in Ghana that could be trained into software developers. And they are interested in this kind of stuff, but they don't know how or where to start. What is most important to us is students that have the desire to work hard, students that have the desire to commit a year to being trained and to global standards. So we usually start our training from scratch. You don't need any prior knowledge. We start everything from scratch, and then we get them to a level where they are good enough to work in any company in the world.
While some may perceive the invention of technology as a complicated process, Richard believes the natural curiosity of young Ghanaians makes it easy for them to apply their creativity to building complex solutions.
To train people. I remember when we were kids growing up in Ghana, we did our own toys. We did our own cars with milk tins. We did our own kites. We used ropes and plastic to do kites. I call it the first drones, before drones even started coming up. And we did all these innovations using things in our environment, using recycled materials, and nobody taught us, So I believe that the African child or the Ghanaian child has so much ingenuity, so much skills, so much creativity, but we've not been able to tap into that fully. So now digital is upon us. The main reasons why why these things didn't happen was because of the infrastructure needed, because it was expensive. There was so much things holding us back. But now there is digital. Now you only need a laptop and maybe some internet to train a child here to become world class, to become as good as someone in China, to become even better than someone in the US. So the cost of moving us as a society to that level is so reduced now that I feel that this is the time for us, and we can start this by training people, not just in acquiring certificates, but training them to do stuff, training them to build apps, training them to solve our problems locally. And once we start doing that, we as a society can move and shape our way of thinking, can move and shape our way of solving problems. And the next big things that could happen in the world could actually come from Africa.
When the coronavirus pandemic hit Ghana in March 2020, Codetrain suffered some financial losses, but its students rose to the occasion and provided solutions to help Ghanaians cope with the new normal.
Our students actually decided to build apps to address the coronavirus pandemic in Ghana. And some of the apps that they built were an app that allows, when you go on the app, you are going to see videos of people that just recovered, sharing their stories, their recovery stories, and what they went through. For people that just got it, to also understand what it is like to get to coronavirus, and also to educate the public that this is real. There was also a PPE marketplace for institutions to be able to buy and sell PPEs easily. And there was also, an app that allows doctors to actually interact, and nurses and healthcare professionals to interact and share information and knowledge with each other, to make it's more easier for them to fight, to be in the front lines. You'll be surprised that even sometimes people go to town, people still don't believe that coronavirus exists, you know. So one of the things that I want to do immediately now is to learn some of the apps we built to help drive the education.
A government delegation led by President Akufo-Addo has today begun engaging